8 external and visible factors influencing life. Xuefeng. There are 8 mysterious and invisible factors that significantly influence life, which we cannot ignore. These 8 invisible factors are Feng Shui, deities, the resentment and curses of others, the virtue and sin of ancestors, cosmic rays, the social ecological environment, the trajectory of fate, and numerology. Feng Shui mainly refers to the geographical and atmospheric environment, the flow of qi underground, the humidity and dryness of the climate, whether the air is fresh and flows smoothly and unobstructed, whether there is sufficient light, geomagnetism, whether the feeling is comfortable and pleasant, as well as water quality, the chemical composition of elements in the water, and whether the water is alkaline or acidic, among others. Obtaining a Feng Shui treasure site is not easy. The best method is to frequently change living environments to avoid long-term damage from certain adverse factors. Most chronic diseases are caused by Feng Shui, and chronic diseases can be cured without treatment by changing environments. For example, people living in humid areas with arthritis can completely cure the inflammation by moving to a dry climate for 3 to 5 years. In my hometown of Qianyangye, people never get sick, which is due to various factors, but one of them is that everyone often changes their living environment. This is why I emphasize that Changyuan celestials must change their homeland every 3 years. If there are 256 homelands on Earth, and one changes every 3 years, it would be difficult to get sick in a lifetime. The influence of deities is significant. All things have spirits. We often talk about the gods of heaven, mountains, water, and the earth deity, etc., which are actually deities. Constantly venerating deities in your heart will keep misfortune at bay. For example, before climbing a mountain, sincerely praying to the mountain and asking for protection from the deities can prevent falls and injuries during the climb. Asking for blessings from the deities before crossing a river can ensure a safe crossing. Living in a place and comforting trees, flowers, insects, birds, and beasts can prevent unfortunate events. The resentment and curses of others can severely harm one's life. Try living among people who are constantly complaining, and you'll not only lose your drive and courage, lose confidence in pursuing a better life, but also become listless, sick, and plagued by nightmares. Curses are even more powerful. A curse is a silent internal attack, an invisible thought force that stealthily cuts off the earth's veins or tampers with ancestral graves, leading to family decline, national extinction, and sudden disasters. It must be carefully guarded against. The virtue or sin of ancestors has a great impact on life. Virtuous ancestors can bless their descendants with prosperity. Sinful ancestors can lead to their descendants' decline. Therefore, when people's lives are smooth or full of obstacles and misfortune, it is necessary to check whether the ancestors have accumulated virtue or sin. After clarifying, find ways to remedy. Otherwise, the trajectory of life cannot be changed. The types of cosmic rays are numerous. Some places have dark-skinned people, while others have fair-skinned people, mainly due to cosmic rays. The rays in high latitudes, low latitudes, and the equator differ. Frequently changing the latitude of your residence can also mitigate the harm of cosmic rays. The social ecological environment is crucial for the formation of personality and consciousness, including culture, beliefs, customs, overall values, views on life, and the universe, etc. Being enclosed in a social ecological environment for a long time makes it difficult to appreciate the existence of higher mountains and broader skies outside, leading to ignorance. The trajectory of fate is an invisible constraint and manipulation formed by one's accumulated merits and demerits over many lifetimes. The 18 factors of the self that cannot be managed by oneself are an invisible arrangement of the trajectory of fate. Exclamations like, "Why am I so unlucky? Why do I encounter such unreasonable people? Why am I so lucky? I've met a benefactor," etc., are predetermined arrangements on the trajectory of fate. To change the trajectory of fate, one must cultivate and practice to resolve or continue it. The influence of numerology is mysterious. Symmetry and proportion are very important. To achieve symmetry and proportion, effort must be made in numerology. A body with the golden ratio looks beautiful, which is caused by perfect symmetry and the most suitable proportion. However, symmetry and proportion must strictly follow numerology. The so-called numerology is the logic of numbers. The more symmetrical an object is, the longer its lifespan. The more symmetrical a life is, the healthier it is. Once numerology is unbalanced, it will quickly rot and wither, and is easily struck by nature. Nature. Therefore, how high a house should be, how big doors and windows should be, how far or close it should be from neighbors' houses, how many sets of clothes and pairs of shoes should be in the wardrobe, how high tables, stoves, and windowsills should be, what date to go out, when to hold important meetings, when to start construction, how many bowls, dishes, knives, forks, and chopsticks a family should have, how big a house one should live in, etc. Everything is within numerology. Suitable numerology leads to smooth affairs. Discordant numerology leads to obstacles. There are 64 factors that influence a person, and the combinations of these 64 factors are astronomical. As an individual, it's easy to overlook something for another. There's the simplest method available, which is to follow the way of the greatest creator and the path of Chan Yuan. May 9th, 2020. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information.